Okay, before we go to the materials, you may wonder why we need to learn this section, why we need to have the index tables for database systems. So the main motivation is to find some desired information by values from the database in a very fast way. Because the database tables we have can be huge, right? We can have millions, even billions of records in the tables. If we plan to find some of the matching records or tuples matching our provided information, if you still remember before we have this selection, this operator, right? If we want to find some data tuples matching some attributes, we have to do a search to help us, right? Therefore, we need to have some data structures to help us do the search in a faster way. The time cost is very important for database tables. So to meet this motivation, we have to use indexing in this section. And we'll cover some common properties about indexes. We have some properties to be described for index tables. And based on these properties, we will introduce two different data structures to help us. The first one is called B+tree. The second one is called hash tables. I think you have known about the trees in the data structure course, as well as tables, hash tables, in the data structure and the discrete mathematics, as well as algorithm courses, right? So if so, you should know some basic information for trees and hash tables, hash functions. So it can provide you with some background knowledge for this section. Then what is the indexing? Indexing is a label pointer pointing to some items that satisfy some properties or some common properties. We see different indexing in the real world. Like if you open a textbook, we can find different indexing tables. At the front pages, we have a table of contents, this page, right? It provides the indexing actually. So providing some keywords or some topics, we can find the matching pages in the book. Given the topic, we can find a matching page, right? Similar for different topics or for different sections, we can go to the corresponding pages in the book. So the table of contents is an indexing table we can see in the real world. Beside the front pages, at the very end, we also have an index table for the keywords or phrases. Right? Given a keyword, we can find a page mentioning this keyword or defining the keyword. Right? This is also an index table. Given some desired information, we can find a pointer pointing to some pages of the book, right? So it's another index table we can see from the textbooks. Besides indexing tables we can have in the textbooks, we can also find different index tables in a higher way, right? So personally, I don't like driving. However, I have been driving for many years. Before I studied in Chicago, and then I moved to Florida, and I have to drive a long way from Chicago to Florida. Generally, when I drive along the highway, when I was hungry, I have to look for some restaurant, right? Normally, so if you have drive before, you should know that along the highway we have different boards. Boards can provide the information for different exits. It will mention in the next exit we will have some food, a restaurant available for the drivers, right? So we can go to the exit and also take a break at the restaurant and have some food. So this board is also an index table for the drivers because given the restaurant names, we can know which exit we can go to have this food. Right? It's a pointer pointing to a specific exit along the highway. Besides this, we can also have an index in the supermarket. So if you go to some supermarket like Target or Publix, you can have different sectors, right? Different sections. And above the sectors, we have some boards indicating some of the products we can find in these sectors. So this is also an index. So given the product name or some category of the product, we can find the sector we can go to look for these products. Right? It's also an index table we can find in the real world. So you can find a common property for these different index tables, the textbooks, the highway, the food exercise boards, as well as the boards in the supermarket. They all provide the people with a faster way to search for some desired product information as well as restaurant, right? So the function is to help people to search for something. This is the motivation to have these index tables in the real world.